SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first, then you act.
Howdy.
Coach, I asked D'Antonio yesterday about it, and he agreed about Saquon Barkley is really a bigger Gale Sayers. Would you agree with that assessment of him?
Yes, he has the frame. I've had a chance. He's not quite as tall as Gale, but he runs in a tailspin. He does have a great lower body, and he is 230. Mm-hmm. And that combination of balance, great feet, and some width to him, which means some thickness, gains in what he likes to do, being able to run the ball, have some balance to him, and some good lower center of gravity. And he can run.
Having played Jackson last week, how much does that help you guys in terms of preparing for a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield and run at you like that?
No doubt. You live and learn, corralling him, making sure you got proper angles to the football, leveraging it. That's a big part of our game last week, and it continues this week. No doubt it's going to help us.
What about stopping McSorley? I mean, you guys, and one of the things Coach talked about was getting pressure on the quarterback and the inability to do that against Thorson. I mean, what do you have to do this week differently?
Well, we got to continue to put pressure on the quarterback. The ability to throw it is a part of the game, and what we have to do is get in his face and get him off his spot. And, what we're seeing now is a little bit more max protection, where it gives an opportunity for the quarterback to throw the football. But it's another dynamic now, his ability to run. So what you got to be able to do is corral him, but also get him off his spot. So that's a combination of the front and the coverage. And I think we need to continue to be more dynamic in our front and to get the quarterback off his spot. But he's a guy that now is a true capture guy. So you want to corral him up more than just go after him.
Is he different than some other mobile quarterbacks, though, in the way he creates time with his legs to throw the ball down the field? Is that a little bit different?
No doubt about it. I recruited him out of high school. He's a triple option quarterback. He's a free safety with 100-something tackles as a high schooler, okay? So being able to do that and being at 6 foot is a plus. And that adds a dimension that takes the ease off your offensive lineman, and it takes the ease off of coaching as far as knowing he can make a play on his own. So that's an extra element, and that's what makes Penn State good.
Did you recruit him as a safety?
No, triple option quarterback. We offered him at the Air Force Academy.
It's not often you see that sort of ability in a quarterback in the Big Ten that can do so many different things. How much did you learn from that game last year playing against him going into this one?
Well, we learned that he is a complete quarterback. The ability to throw downfield, the ability to throw a short pass, the ability to gain more yardage, being able to run and be savvy. That's what we understand, and that's what he is. We understand that he's a complete quarterback, not because of his ability to escape. It just adds the extra element. He's a complete quarterback.
You've been around football a long time, and you've got a unique perspective on Harlan because you were here as a position coach with him and then saw him get elevated. Can you talk about his maturation as a coordinator?
Well, what do you know about Harlan is the fact that he takes everything in. He takes everyone in consideration and understanding how to be a coordinator and having guys in the room that he has the ability to ask. He's not willing to say, I know it all. He's willing to get everybody's bits and pieces to what he does. And that allows him to go out to be the best as he can be because he includes everyone in the game plan. And I think that's the unique element about him as he goes forward and improves himself as a coordinator.
We saw Dylan last week after he missed a couple of games or whatever it was. I have to go back and look. But what led to him getting the start and more reps last week than in a while?
Well, can't answer that question for you, but he had the opportunity because he played well during the week, and I think he had a slight injury, but that ability comes from being able to start last year.
Coach, I'm sure you don't have to pump these guys up too much because they know how big of a game this is, but what's been your kind of message to them this week getting ready for Penn State?
Well, number one, we're in control. what we have in the month of November is the opportunity to win, and all we have to do is play it one game at a time, and we'll control our destiny. And I think that's been a key factor to us, that we understand all our goals are still in front of us.
Was it my eyes, or did Naquan maybe play his best game against Northwestern? It seemed like he was in the backfield quite a bit.
Well, no doubt, because of his quickness and his movement and how big he is. You can see him on the field, that's for sure. But he is improving, and we're trusting him more on the field. And he did have some dynamic movements and a chance. We just need to play him more. We need to trust him more and play him more. So he's still work in progress, that's for sure.
Is it about him, or is it more about the two guys in front of him with how well Mike and Raekwon are playing?
Well, no doubt it's the two guys in front of him. But we want to be able to trust him to go out there even more and take some of the heat off of those two guys in front of him. But I think it's a combination of the two.
Do you know Jack Peterson?
Yes.
How did that work out?
Well, that goes back to my son's relationship with his brother, being around the family, living in Northern California, and that kind of blossomed playing in summer league baseball in Hawaii, playing at the University of Pacific with his brother. So that's how it all started with Tiger, his older brother, and they all got a chance to play together and live together. The Peterson family has been good to my oldest son, who played Division I baseball, and they just bond, and we've just grown up with him, going to spring training, and he's doing a great job right now. We're enjoying that.
Pretty exciting time for you then, watching
No
from
doubt,
afar.
no doubt. As friendship grows, we talk about families, and we're similar in what we do, and great message for everyone else. Not how you start, it's how you finish. For Jacques Peterson.
A couple weeks ago, I saw giving Diari Todd some reps in pregame warm-ups at the twos a little bit. I mean, what have you seen from him? I mean, and some of those younger guys right now that are coming up next.
Well, he's a developing kid. He's a kid still got to gain some more weight, and he is ahead of his time maturity-wise. We're just trying to get his body to catch up with what he's doing. So he's still a work in progress, and he's a redshirt this year, and we hope to see what he can do this spring.
When you guys do that, is that just to get them acclimated to what game
No
days are going to be
doubt.
like in the future?
The experience is the true teacher.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, Ron.
When you look at Penn State's offensive line, what do you see there? I know they struggled earlier, but they played pretty well against Michigan after that bye week, it looked to me like.
Well, their offensive line is young. They got a lot of talent in it. And they've got some guys that had some experience early as freshmen and sophomores, and they're just trying to come together as a group. And I think they got a talented 4 or 5 or even 6 guys that they rotate through, and they get the job done. So we got a tall task, that's for sure.